So for the Amy makeup tutorial, you can probably see that my eyes, I do already have eyeshadow on. I do already have my eyeliner on, my brows, and mascara. So that's not what this is for. I'm doing the face, okay? I just put on some eye corrector. I want to talk about skin prep. We can do that in another video. Take my beauty blender and just kind of in that eye corrector a little bit. For foundation, to put a squirt of the Natasha Denona concealer. It is expensive, but she good. She sets on her own. I've tried a lot of different foundations over the last year, more than I should even say. Not bragging rights, just saying I have tried. And this one, if you're gonna spend some money on foundation, I recommend this one or the House Labs. They're both really, really good. I just kind of like this one a little bit more. So I just have a little bit there. This is where I gotta be me, because while this is expensive, this isn't. I got this at the 5-quarter store, you know, the Dollar Tree. It's the Candy Moya whatever foundation, and I just put a little bit in with the expensive stuff. That way, you know, it'll go a little longer. Just for foundation, it's full coverage. I like it. I'm here for it. Once I do that, I actually like to just put it on my face with my fingers, where you get that big old forehead. And then once it's in, I start to blend a little bit more. Some people do not like to do this, but I'm not some people. I'm me. I'm gonna take my beauty blender. This I got at Five Below. It's, I think it's a dupe for the Tower 28 stuff, but whatever. So I like to just spray my beauty blender with this, because I don't have water here. And then I'm just gonna blend it in all over. I don't have a headband in, so I gotta be careful not to get it in my hair, but you know, life happens, I guess. I know that is annoying when that happens. This is when as I'm kind of letting that sit in, this is when I normally would maybe do my eyes. So now I go kind of flip back to the face, and I'm gonna warm it up a little bit with some cream bronzer. Take that, I'm gonna take my brush here, and if you don't use bronzer, you're nervous about it or whatever, I would get like a lighter, maybe warmer shade, because then like you tend not to overdo it. But I'm gonna sort of start here and just kind of take that up like that. I'm gonna go on the other side, obviously, because you know, ideally the face matches, and we're gonna do that over there on this side. A little bit more, and I'm gonna go down here, on the nose here. Now, I have a wide nose that I absolutely hate. So what I have learned, and this has been trial and error, I've had to ask my son, like, what do I do? Because sometimes when I thought I was making my nose look more narrow, I was making it look wider. This is a little bit of a different shade of the contour. It's a little bit darker. And I just like to go the whole way down in my nose. Hopefully I don't screw this up. And then a little bit over. And then I just want to use the sponge. We're just going to press it on the side. Keep that nose looking long. The story in my family goes that when I was born, my father said, "Is her nose gonna stay like that?" And my grandmother said, "Yours did." Next, I'm gonna use a little bit of powder bronzer to kind of set that cream bronzer. That's what you gotta do if you want your makeup to last all day. So this is a cute one. It's Iconic London. I didn't really even know this brand existed until maybe a year ago, but I really, really do like it. So I'm gonna take sort of a fluffier brush and just kind of go over the spot that I put cream bronzer. Now, after you do the bronzer, this is when I do my concealer. So this is the House Labs concealer. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna put just one dot here and here. You may see some of the younger gals like putting it on thick, and that's because they're younger and they don't have as much texture and things here, and they can do that. Your girl, on the other hand, not so much. And I am gonna go along the side here, and this you'll see kind of brightens your face up. I don't know, I like it. I've seen other people do it. None of these things are original. I've seen somebody do literally all of this, and so that's what I'm doing. Like I'm missing stuff. I'm nervous. You're making me nervous. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit here, a little bit up here, and then just a little bit there. And I'm also, it's gonna look a little crazy, but I'm also gonna take this, and this is gonna help lift everything up. You already know this, boom. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna blend everything right now except that immediate under eye area, and I'll show you why. Blend, 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 blend. I like to take, at first, a dry sponge, because if you have too much here when you're older, it looks like shit. So we don't want to do that. I already can look like shit, even when I do everything right. So push that in, but I want to wait before I put any powder or anything on, because I've learned from, again, I'll tag all of my people. Cannot remember the gentleman's name. It's the Indian guy. He's always yelling at us. Can't remember his name, but I love you too. And so he said, you gotta wait a minute. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait. While we're waiting on that, let's give a little love, right, to the lips. So I'm gonna take a liner. I do like this Huda Beauty one, although you need to keep it like this. Jojo showed me this. Jules, whatever. I'm gonna tag you too. She showed me this. You gotta keep it upside down or it'll dry out. When you spend $30 for a lip liner, should you have to do that? Probably not. Do you? Yeah. Also, CoverGirl makes one that's just as good. And then I have this really pretty shade from Natasha Denona. That I'm gonna just kind of add here. All right, so now the lips got a little something on them. Concealer take 2. So now I'm gonna take that same puff that I used that was dry. I'm just gonna spray some of this facial spray stuff on. Again, just to make sure that it's not, you know, I'm trying to minimize the creasing. That's kind of good. And then I'm going to first set the rest of my face a little bit with this setting powder. This is the Kosas setting powder, but I need a brush. I can't use, this is, I think, this is the Say Beauty. I cannot use the puff. It looks like crap on me. So no puff for this puff. I'm just gonna go here. You'll notice I'm not doing my under eyes with this stuff. I'm not, because I have something else I like better under there. I'm gonna set the rest of our face. Right, and then for the under eye, I'm using the Pat McGrath blurring powder, and just gonna puff, shake it off because you don't want too much, and then I'm just gonna really quickly go in under there. Got a lot of powder on there, and my face looks a little dead, little corpse-like, right? I don't like, there's no glow happening. I'm going to use this One Size Powder Melt. This is my 3rd one of these, by the way, because it's that good. To sort of set what's happening right now and kind of bring my skin back to life a little bit before we use some blush. Because that's my favorite part, is the blush. I'm not going to lie. For cream blush, I'm going to... All right, I'm going to use 2 colors. So this is Rare Beauty. I can't see it. Amore? I don't know. I'm sorry, but it's Rare Beauty. And I'm going to go right to the lower, like where my eye ends. And that's where I'm going to put a dot. Eye ends, dot. Then in my arm, or my hand, I'm going to put some of this more pinky shade. So go in a little bit with that. And then right below, or kind of where I put that dot, we're going to blush her out. Blush it out. Now, if you end up being like, I don't know, this looks very pigmented, that's okay. You can use your beauty blender, and we can, you know, we can shear it down a bit, because sometimes these blushes be like, whoa. So I feel like this is one of those times, I don't know why, but I'm like, whoa. I'm gonna just, I don't know, I'm gonna just blend a little bit more. I have blush blindness, that's a thing apparently, and I, guilty. Take my cream, or my other side of my brush, and I'm gonna put a little bit of powder on. So I'm gonna just take that over the fluffy side, and then just kind of go back over with some of that. So for highlighter, we're gonna use two, because that's what I do. First, I'm gonna take this Rare Beauty. I love this formula because it's a Rare Beauty blush, but it's got, to me, it's more of a highlighter the way it is. But it's so fine that it breaks, and then you end up with a effing mess, which pisses me off, but I'm still gonna use it because, you know, why would I not? I have to be kind of careful with it. Anyway, pisses me off. Do better, Selena. Do better. And then I'm gonna use some of this liquid highlighter too. This is actually a dupe I got at Five Below. It's a dupe for the Rare Beauty highlighter. So, you know, Selena's probably like, tell me to do better. You're duping my stuff. What really made me laugh at the Five Below dupes, they have a dupe to the Hailey Bieber pocket blush. Named it Hail. Like, don't even try to be discreet, I guess. I don't even know if this is looking okay, but I'm going to blend this a little bit more too. I do feel the need to make that nose look a little bit more or less wide. So this is actually just a darker shade of bronzer that I use literally just for this area. And for lips, I have to show you this. You'll never guess. One guess. This is the Natasha Denona lipstick. But I have to show you. Look, can you see the sparkle on that effer? I don't know, it just makes me happy. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of that on. This is a little bit metallic-y. I don't know if you can see, but I don't know, there's a bit of a different color for me. I like it, but I don't know. There are sometimes where I'm like, does this make me look like a corpse? Or for every one thing I pick up, I'm dropping 5 things, but that's cool. I'm gonna put this Dior lip plumper over top. See, doesn't that just kind of add something? And then I have to set the rest of my face. And so I'm gonna use, this is the sort of setting spray. So the other things that I was using, the powder melt, you know, the spray, those kind of just help marry everything together. This helps to keep it together and keep it to stay for the rest of the day. All right, so that is the look. I don't know if I will ever even post this or if you think it's at all any good. But anyway, if I do post it and you did watch it and you got anything good out of it, you're welcome. Bye, guys.